What? I like Shadow of the Colossus. Anyways, hello, welcome back, guys. It's me again, and welcome back to another episode of that one playlist that isn't one of the 4 major series I have on the channel at the moment. Also, please ignore the daytime consistency.
Why you always lying?
The inconsistency, excuse me, in the background at the moment. Yeah, that's just, you know, a thing that happens sometimes. You can't be consistent all the time. But at any rate, last time we toured this massive barn over here. Well, it's massive in exterior, it's not really that big in the interior. And we also toured this little bit of a Halloween house, along with 2 recreations from 2 very different games. And that little planet up there, along with that rocket. Carrots. They're good for your eyes. My eyes! At any rate, considering the fact that it's nighttime, I don't want to head over there quite yet. We'll be heading over there later in the video. So instead, we're going to tour the underground town first. Well, I say underground town, it's nothing too much to write home about. We have our little standard iron door here, you know, just in case civilization ever collapses and, you know, you need to filter everything in and out. There's also a little bit of a iron door bulkhead here in the red level as well, just in case. Speaking of which, this underground town is divided into levels based on the color of wool that you see in the item frames there. This, as you can currently see, is the red level. And so we'll descend into orange level, yellow level, green level, stuff like that. At any rate, in here we have a little bit of a fishing room here. Just grab the fishing rod, which isn't even in the chest. I'm guessing somebody borrowed it and forgot to return it. But yeah, you can grab the fishing rod, throw the fishing rod in here, get some fish, and you're good to go. There's furnaces further down, so you don't have to worry about that. Assuming these doors will work for me. There we go. Next we move into an enchanting room. Not really essential in a post-apocalyptic situation, but I guess it would be nice to have. You know, fire resistance, I guess, in case you need to make a lava refinery or something like that. You know, it's nice, it's here. Also, no idea why these 2 pieces of glowstone are missing, although I think it's... Yeah, also I have no idea why the bookshelves don't go all the way up to the ceiling on this one. Yeah, the enchantment room in the base, which was from a couple episodes ago, that's obviously the better of the 2 enchantment rooms that I've constructed. Also, yes, a ton of bottles of enchanting, because you never know when you're going to need those levels. I should know, because I keep constantly dying inside of the server that I play on, so... Yeah, oopsies. Over here we have a couple unfinished paths, one here, and one down there. On the other side of that wall is actually the orange level. We'll get to that in 2 seconds. But, yeah. Not much to say here as we head down this one pathway. This links up with a later pathway. We're not going to take the ladder up at the moment. We're going to take this ladder down the other way when we return to this area. So remember this view. Alright, moving on. So down the stone brick stairs, that is quite steep, we are in the very, very small orange level, arguably smaller and a lot less useful than the red level, which is above us. We also have lockers here, and yeah. Well, this was very ironically timed, considering a lot of people are still in online classes because of this COVID pandemic of sorts that's going on IRL at the moment. But, yeah. Classroom isn't very big, just 3 chairs, desk, you know, you can put stuff in it. And also a very, very tiny blackboard. Yeah, I guess I was gonna expand it at some point, as I said, because on the other side of this wall here, there was that path that I saw earlier. Or that we saw earlier, excuse me. But, yeah. There was plans to make this level bigger. It was never realized. You're gonna hear a lot of "it was never realized" or similar phrases inside of this episode, because there were plenty of plans for this underground town that were never realized. Going down here, we have a little bit of a larger open space here. Not exactly sure what this would have been used for, but it's there if you want to use it. Here we have a bit of a farm here, because of course you're going to need your milk and your meat. It's probably pretty traumatizing to get your meat from here, especially with other cows in the room, but what are you gonna do? This town's intended for post-apocalyptic survival, so yeah, gotta eat somehow, right? At any rate, in here, we've got some buckets for milk, and we've got some pre-filled buckets of milk in here. Furnace to cook your food, although no fuel. I'm guessing you'll have to get that yourself. And a crafting table, in case you need to craft anything. Speaking of which, we are on the yellow level here. Pretty nice, pretty nice. And also, just in case you don't think there's a world outside of this underground town anymore, don't worry, there is a clock right here. Currently, it's almost just about halfway past nighttime, so we are making good time here. In here, we've got more buckets of milk, along with some seeds and a diamond hoe, which are needed for this wheat farm of sorts. Now, obviously, this was one of my first times ever building a wheat farm, because, it's one of the more creatively designed wheat farms I've ever built, in a creative world or otherwise. But, there's definitely better ways to build a wheat farm. Although, the way I've incorporated this moai in here is kind of cool, but it has nothing on a certain base on a certain server. Just saying. Alright, at any rate, moving on, we are in the largest of the completed open spaces inside of this underground town. Here we have a little bit of a bake shop, with, yellow canvas of sorts, because this is on the way to the yellow level. And over here, we have the official start of the lime green level, with a little bit of a bank here. Or, I guess, mining shop. Mining outlet? I don't know. But yeah, it's a mining outlet store of sorts. Over this way was supposed to be, if not the green level, the blue level. I'm pretty inconsistent in that regard. But yeah, everything's finished up till here. You look back there, you see finished. You look here, this was never touched. Because I believe at the time, I had run out of item frames I could use in my world, so that obviously caused a little bit of a problem when it came to classifying the various levels. Speaking of a lime level, aside from that little mining outlet shop that we saw earlier, there's only really one room here, and that is, well, a bedroom. Somebody really, really likes their paintings. Also, can't really tell what this armor is for here, but yeah, there's some enchanted armor in here. And it looks like there is indeed some fuel in here. Not bad. Not bad, not bad, not bad. And some typical equipment. I'm guessing this guy was a miner of sorts. At any rate, you may recognize this pathway, but if you don't recognize this pathway, this little stairwell here, which is a little bit different from the others because there's stone bricks on the side here, you'll come up here, and you'll drop down, and yeah. Remember when I told you to remember this view from earlier? Well, yeah, this is where things reconnect. So, yeah, you have the option of going to the lime level or the orange level from here. And of course, this stairwell again was originally intended to head to the orange level, but that never ended up transpiring. So now, we move back from the underground town, back to where we started the episode. Hello, Aggro, how you doing? Sun's coming up on the horizon. It's too bad we don't have any really majorly good views in this particular episode. Maybe next time. So anyway, iron bars, massive swamp tree, oh my, what could this be? Well, actually, we have a bit of a police department inside the main town, and this is an outlet of that police department. So I guess, I don't know what you'd call these, but like, essentially another fire hall for, like, police officers. I don't know. Oh. I guess we have to talk about this room. But first, if I don't do this reference, a lot of people are going to get really mad at me. So, probably by popular demand...
What are you doing in my swamp?
There we go. Okay, yeah, the sheep, bit of a problem here. They kept escaping that farm up there, and I couldn't take it anymore, so eventually I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna trap them in here. But originally, yeah, this is intended to be a jail cell, like a holding cell, inside of this little station here. And, ignore the giant pillar of lava with the never brick fence next to the iron blocks. That's not used for anything too important. It's not used for anything too important at all. Also, a little attention to detail here, even this far out from the main base, which is all the way up there at this point. I'm not sure if you can see it. But, yeah, even this far out, there are still Halloween decorations from days long gone by. And lily pad pathway. Not a block I like to use in my builds as much anymore, but, yeah, they're there. Also, path change, because we are in a new biome. And even mailboxes this far out. I guess we have a really good mail delivery service in this world. At any rate, I'm stalling for time. Going in here, we have another fishing hut of sorts. As you can tell, obviously, by the fish on the walls. The little fishing pit over here, which also serves as an alternative way to get inside the house. As you can see, we are out here now. And we pop back through here, open the gate, and we're back in. Also, yeah, there's a fishing rod in here. Maybe this is the person that borrowed the fishing rod from the red level earlier and forgot to return it. But yeah, little small fishing hut. It's quaint, it's nice. But no idea why the windows are so inconsistent. Most of them are just never brick fences, but there is some glass scattered throughout. I'm guessing for whatever reason I thought that vines couldn't grow on fences. And I guess I might still be right, because vines might have to grow over top of the fences. Maybe I was doing that, like, you know, putting the glass in there as a temporary measure, like a stopgap measure, but forgetting to remove them and replacing them with a nether brick. At any rate, we have one more structure to take a look at as we continue the pathway here. We have a tree. It looks like an ordinary tree from above at any rate. But as you can see down there, there is definitely something. Going down these vines here, yeah, we have a bit of a glitchy minecart setup going on here, and also a bit of a laboratory. Yeah, this is one of Duncan's other laboratories. You know, he needs more than one laboratory. Sometimes you just gotta get into the element of certain things. You know, like field research, stuff like that. At any rate, oh. A thick potion. Well, I'm not sure what a thick potion would do. I do know what a trick potion would do, or... I don't know, at any rate. We also have a bit of a villager spawn egg in here, for whatever reason. And, yeah, this is a... Yeah, despite the minecart being over there, it's still somehow tripping the detector rail. But at any rate, an infinite water bottle generator of sorts, and... Duncan? What are you doing in this swamp? What do you mean you aren't Duncan and you're actually a clone? Oh, right. The cloning experiment that we did a while back. Okay, I got it. And how are we doing for time? Yeah, that's about 14 minutes. We are gonna unhook Aggro over here. And we're gonna ride him back to base. So yeah, we're gonna take the scenic route out. We're gonna go by the ocean. You'll see a bunch of the buildings we've toured in the past episodes. Because on the next episode of this series, careful, this stairwell is extremely steep. If he falls from here, it will be fatal. There we go, we're fine. And I'll just, I'll tie him up out here for the time being. But yeah, next time, we're going to be going down. We're finally going to be taking a look at this, which you've been teased all the way since the start of the channel.